want to get this little flower bed done before it rains so all my little flowers can take root. And then when it starts raining, I'll be working inside that camper later. So I'm doing outdoor work now. I'm going to mulch some leaves and fill in this area and get some nice fertile soil for these guys. I scooped up a little bit out of the garden, some surface soil, and spread it over here. And it actually is really going to look how I want. See how it's now, it looks amazing. I really like it. And now with some mulch leaves on top, it'll really look nice. It's going to be a very good flower bed. There is a massive amount of super fine mulch. I threw in a couple twigs in the end, but I don't like the looks of it. So I'm just going to rake this around and spread it out and plant my flowers. That's really good. That machine is so helpful. It's not only helped me clean up the yard, because back behind this camper, if you remember, that was all full of leaves. I just cleaned up a massive chunk out of that. I don't know if you can see it. Cleared up this whole section here. And then I dug out a massive section over here. I'm going to clean this whole area up. You can see where it's wet. And it was actually all the way out to here. All the way over. Took out that whole section. That machine does a good job of cleaning up the yard. Really nice. It made some very good quality mulch for my flower bed. So I'll spread this around and then get them in the dirt. Well, I've got it cleaned off. I've got it evened out to the level of the rocks how I wanted it. I got to rebuild this rock wall and brush it off with a broom. But if you remember, that was a pretty deep hole there, all the way around there. And I just saved myself a ton of money. If you were to buy that, that would have cost, I don't know, quite a bit of money if you were to buy mulch to do that job. I think it's $5 a bag, and I probably just dumped quite a few bags worth in here. Filled that right up. So that's really nice. Now I used a lot of wet, already partially composted leaves in this so that it won't rob too much nitrogen from the soil, and it'll already be adding nutrients to the plants. So I'm going to put some of my plants in now already and wait for the rain to hit, and they'll start growing roots and settling in. Tell me what you think, guys. Your property's really coming along. See it from a distance. I'll get the flowers in and I think it'll look better. But I also think I'm going to need a lot more flowers. But these spread. Give it a couple years and this will fill out nicely. It'll be really pretty. They're supposed to be spreading flowers. Still got a little bit of work to do in this corner here. A little bit of dirt to scrape down, but I'm also going to need more flowers. So that'll take some time to finish this side up. Yeah, just keep picking at it. And the rain is going to wash off that rock and it's going to look so good. Well, I'll get this done and we'll have a look at it and you can tell me what you think. Here on the shallower and shadier side, I've got some creeping ground cover. This is a Scotch moss. What is that? A creeping Jenny. A bunch of Scotch moss all over. This isn't very, the rock doesn't stand out as high here, so I just want ground cover here. Here I've got a King Edward yarrow, some lavender, peppermint, some, I don't even know what that is. What is that? It's backwards. Creeping phlox. That's really pretty. There's some lavender, some sage, lavender. I might add some different ground cover in there later on, but I want them to get established first and spread out a little bit. And I know that the sage, or salvia, sorry, I said sage, salvia, I don't know I should say. The salvia plants and the lavender will become a big bush and should grow almost as high as the rock, which is perfect. And the salvia should bush out nicely and cover the ground. It'll spread and cover a wide area. So those two will fill that area out nicely. And then there's another lavender bush. And then that spreads in clumps. And then of course the peppermint will inhabit that whole area. Another little lavender bush. I don't know about yarrow, I just grabbed it because it looked pretty. It's looking sort of sad because it needs some water right now. And then I'll sweep this off and move on to the next project. But it's a good beginning. Can you see the water spots on the car? Here comes the rain. It's been dark all day, but the big one's coming. The babies, they're getting used to my voice. Look at them. They want some food. Guess I should give them some before it rains. The baby birds. They're cute. Well, I have to get some kindling wood in before the rain really hits hard. So let me do that and feed the babies. Put my camera inside. That'll be it for outdoors today. It's starting to look nice. That really looks good. Oh, I can't wait to have all the flowers in there. That's really nice. Still got some sweeping to do on this, so I forgot this corner. The rain will wash it off. It's gonna be good. Well, let me get my kindling in before it rains. It's cold today. It's raining again. Well, it's been raining honestly all day. My rainwater collection is not perfect. The water on this side is somehow going down and around and out. I didn't tape all the way to the end. The rainwater on this side, which is less, is going in and coming out into my, well, it's not, it has been running. I can hear it dripping. But anyway, sadly, I don't know if you can see the motion there, the flowing water. Yes, you can. It's going around my setup because I didn't tape all the way across. So I'll have to fix that if we get a dry spell. Really crazy that it's going right around. And then I'm going to have to raise this end up higher because the RV, I've noticed, has sloped during the winter. The RV is sloped. It's down on this side further. It's settled a bit. So all the water is coming down to this corner. And then although the rain gutter is level with the RV, it's lower on this side. And I'm going to have trouble leveling that off. So I'm losing the water out and around the side. Although it did take it off the flow. It moved the flow from off of my door here, which is good. I I did get a little bit of water in here, so it's definitely working. Not much, but there's a tiny bit of water coming in. Not much at all, but it's gonna work. That's nice. A hawk came after my babies today. I forgot to mention that earlier. My big roosters just saved their heads. These big boys, although they are sort of mean sometimes, their meanness is a bonus. Because a hawk came down to hurt my babies, and these big boys chased him off and were screaming and clucking like mad. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known the hawk was here. And the hawk was up in the tree right there, just waiting for an opportunity to attack. And when I came out, he flew off into the forest. So these big boys spared their heads for now. Roosters do have a good purpose on the farm as protectors for the little ones that are not so able to care for themselves. These little babies eat and eat and eat and eat. I can't believe how much they eat. Look at them coming to me for food. Can you see them? They get as close as they can to me, begging for more food. Unbelievable how much they eat. Unfortunately, there's not enough insects out yet. Uh-oh, they're trying to get through the screen. I want to move so they don't hurt themselves. There are not enough insects out yet for them to start free-ranging completely, and it's a problem. So I've got to keep feeding them. I have to go to Tractor Supply and get some more food. They eat so much. The big boys, they don't have to eat. I don't have to feed them much at all anymore because they're eating the grass and they've got all kinds of stuff and they dig in the dirt and they're doing alright. But the little ones, they need the starter food. They have to keep being fed for now. My flower garden is perking up nicely. It's going to be pretty. I hope my yarrow recovers. It dried out on me and I didn't realize it. The others were all really wet and damp in the pots, and the yarrow dried out. Oops, that's this one. Wasn't actually looking at my camera. I hope it perks up, and it all sort of sunk a little. It's got some nice, pretty little yellow flowers, and I sure hope it revives. I think it will. I hope it will. I have to remember, yarrow, I think, was a medicinal herb. That's why I bought it. Spontaneously, I grabbed it because I know yarrow is a medicinal plant. Now, I've got some more ideas for this, for my ground cover. There's some creeping vine stuff with blue flowers. They actually sell it in the store, and there's some up by the house, which of the landlady, which I'll bring over and put in here. I don't have any out here, but I'm going to go get some later and plant it around that tree. But there's also some other stuff here. Here's a creeping little decorative plant that people actually pay money for, and I just get it. I'm going to just harvest it from all over in the forest. There's bigger bunches than that, but I just wanted to show you because there's a convenient one to reach. And that just grows all over the ground and covers the ground. Here's a long one, and it just spreads out all over the place. So I'm going to harvest some of that and transplant it into my garden. What else was there? Strawberries. Over, where was that? There's a ton of strawberries, wild strawberries, which I'm going to transplant into my little flower bed. Hope I don't hurt my camera. It's raining all pretty good on me. It's really cold with the rain. It's really cold. I've been feeling cold all day. Here we go. These guys, I'm going to transplant a bunch of these strawberries and put them in my little herb bed over here. Most of the stuff I got in that little flower garden around the rock is edible. And I'm going to scoop these up with a shovel and put them in there. They're everywhere on the ground here. The thing is, though, the chipmunks and the squirrels get the strawberries, and I never get any. They're all through here, scattered all around. So I want to transplant them and try to protect them from being eaten somehow. How, I don't know, but I want to try to keep them. Because the salvia is edible, or, well, it's a usable herb. The lavender is a sleep aid. It makes a nice tea. Plus, actually, the flowers in these guys are really pretty and attract bees, which, of course, are good for the garden. And that was just pretty. The mint is, of course, edible and attracts bees. The yarrow is, I think, a medicinal or usable herb. And the little ground cover is just ground cover. But look at how clean that rock is now. Look at that. The rain cleaned it right up. I still have to clean up this little spot here. I need to dig it out. The roots are really in there. But I'm going to clean that up. And that rock is looking nice. Now here's where I'd like your opinion, people. There's a little bit of a pool right here collecting. And if it rains hard, of course, that's going to fill up pretty good. I'm wondering if I might actually want to put a plant in there. Fill that little spot up with some dirt. Put some gravel in the bottom so it drains. Fill that little spot up with some dirt and put a plant in there. I'm not sure if I want to or not, but tell me what you think. Or do I prefer to keep the whole rock just exposed, just for appearance sake? But I'd love to hear your opinion on what to do there.